Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the undersea kingdom of Ariel and King Triton. We're in the grotto area, and this is sort of a prototype set for Disney's The Little Mermaid. Here you can see where Ursula's lair might be, and over here we've got King Triton's throne. And this is part of the undersea kingdom that we look forward to depicting on stage at the Redlands Bowl. And we're all very sorry, of course, that world events prevent that from happening this year. But I want to welcome you. I'm Wayne Scott, and I'm a longtime producer and director at the Redlands Bowl. Been doing productions there since the year 2000, last 20 years, about every other year. And some of our productions include Cinderella. We've done Beauty and the Beast, The Wizard of Oz, Annie, The Sound of Music, and a number of others. So we look forward to presenting The Little Mermaid as soon as we can, hopefully next summer. But in the meantime, I thought you'd like to look at what the set could seem like if we cast it in blue light. And now I'd also like to introduce some friends as we present the latest in the Redlands Bowl Performing Arts Children's Workshops, which we're doing all summer long, and there'll be some really engaging programs coming up. Today's is sponsored by the Contemporary Club of Redlands, and we appreciate their sponsorship. Well, here is my dear wife, Dr. Tammy Bradshaw Scott, who's going to help with some of these drama exercises, because we're going to just cover some basics with you and help you understand a little bit how drama works and how the stage works. And one day soon, maybe you'll be able to get up on stage and act and be part of a musical one day. We hope so, right? Here's my friend Jeff DeWitt, who's also a director and producer, and he's worked with me on many, many productions here in the community. And we have some good friends with us. We've got Derek and we've got Sierra, and we're so happy that you're here. And many of the young people out in internet land watching us, probably your age and maybe some older, some younger, but they'll give us some ideas of what to do together. And the first thing we're going to do, and Derek, if you can help me with this, is we're going to go over the 7 ways of communicating on stage. So Derek, why don't you pull that first card there?
It's simple.
It's symbols, that's right. And the first thing we're going to cover are symbols that we use on stage and in life, because you're already acting and you don't even realize it. We all do things throughout the day that are kind of the small tools, the small components of acting, and one is symbols. And there's 2 kinds of symbols. There's audio, using sound, and there are visual symbols. Now, if we're doing audio symbols, we might laugh, and that shows that we're happy, right? Or maybe I've just told you that your pet lizard died and you're sad. Oh. Or I could tell Tammy, please, would you take out the trash? No. So that's something that we can do. We could also use voices, can't we?
Yes.
Like if you had a little puppet. Tammy and I have a dear little granddaughter, and her name is Isabella. And sometimes she'll make little puppet sounds.
Hi, Isabella. I'm Mrs. Napkin.
And she'll have a restaurant napkin or a napkin at home, and she'll
Can you make funny noises with your voice?
hello.
I bet.
So we use our voices, and there's all kinds of things we can do with sounds, and those are symbolic of our feelings often. And then we have visual symbols, right? So if I wanted someone to stop, how would we symbolize that? Stop. That's right. Stop. You've got it. Or let's say everything's going great. How would we show that? Yes, thumbs up. Good. Those are great gestures and symbols. All right, let's go to the second one. And it is gestures and movement. So we can combine gestures and movement. That's another way of communicating on stage. So if you want to say yes with your head, how would you do that? Or no? That's right, no. Very good. And there are other gestures that we can use, like, I don't know. I don't know. Very good. Excellent. And then we can show that we're happy, and we can show that we're just sort of sad by the way we are slumping. Those are great ways, gestures and movement, to communicate. Let's go to the third one, Derek, and it is touch. And sometimes I like to be very close to someone, like my dear wife, and that shows that we're close. And somebody like Jeff might not be very happy, and he could just walk away, and that's another way of gesturing, right? That's a cute way of touching. Yes, I like that. All right. There's some other things that we can do, so let's go to the next one, and that is silence. Sometimes you'll see a character on stage, and they'll be babbling and talking, and blah, 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 and then all of a sudden they stop. And sometimes that indicates they're surprised, or they're just quiet and thinking, or sometimes they're sad and mopey, but they use silence. Now, Derek, let's look at the next one. And the next one is use of space. So if Jeff and I are friends, we might be closer, but if we don't like each other, we might turn away. And we show space to show that we don't like each other, right? You can try these things at home with your friends or brothers and sisters. And then we have another one, and that is, Derek, the next one is, you're having too much fun, Derek. The next one is time. Let's turn that to the folks at home there. Time, that's right. Now, how do we use time? Well, we can show the passage of time if we're in a hurry, right? So let's say we're late for something. What do? We got to get our stuff together. Yes, and we got to pick. Oh, I need my briefcase. Oh, I need this, I need that. Oh my, yes, and we can show that we're in a hurry, and that's the use of time. Or maybe we don't have a care in the world, and we can just, we can just look around and use time very long. We don't usually do a lot of that on stage because we want to keep the audience interested in what's happening, but that is a communication technique. And finally, we've got one more symbol, way of doing things on stage, a way of communicating, and that's clothes and colors. Clothes and colors. So if someone is in bright clothes, that usually means they're happy, or they're a good character. And then we have, we have darker clothes could mean someone who's in a dark mood or just villainous. He can be the villain, yes, and often he is, and so shows that he's been in. He does a good job of it. All right, so those are the basics, the very basics that we use. So these are sort of, if you took each of these things, they're sort of tools in a toolkit that actors use. And so now let's put some of these things to work. When we think about a character and how we're going to act, we can use some of these tools. How should we walk? How should we speak? We could try different walks and try different voices, can't we? But let's try some walking. Why don't we get in a line, all of you together here, and I want you to face the folks at home, and I'm going to have you pretend that you all are barefoot. Okay, pretend you're barefoot, and you're going to walk. Let's show them how we're going to walk, and this is a way we can act. All right, so pretend now that you're just walking in place, a normal walk. Very good. Now, let's say that remember you're barefoot, let's just say you've run into some squishy mud. Oh, how would that look? Oh, that's right. Now you're walking and you're in hot sand, and you could be trying this at home, yes. All right, so you're walking in hot sand. Have you ever been at the beach and the sand is so hot and you're barefoot and you're trying to get across? All right, now you're suddenly on the moon. You're on the moon. Oh, there's no gravity. There's no gravity, right? So we're walking on the moon, and excellent. But now you're back on Earth, and there's a windstorm, and you're walking into the wind. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's hard, isn't it? Oh, that's just great. But now you're on a ice rink. You're standing on ice, and it's slick and slippery. Oh my goodness. How would that be? Yes. But now the ice has turned into cement. Oh, we've had a spill over here. Is everybody all right? Oh, very good. I see smiles on the face. That's encouraging. Smile is a symbol of happiness, after all. All right, and so now we're what did I say? Oh, we're in cement. Yes, we're in hardened cement. The cement is hardening. Oh, feet get stuck in the cement, right? Okay, these are great ways of communicating. All right, now I'd like Jeff to demonstrate for us sort of a character walk. What if you were the captain of a ship and you're inspecting things? How would you look, Jeff? How would you walk? Yes, indeed. He's looking things over just like that. Yes, just like Captain Von Trapp in The Sound of Music. And Tammy, how about if you were to be walking and you're suddenly, you have chills and you're walking along, you're conveying to us that you're not feeling very well. Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, very good. Jeff, how about showing us that you've just sprained your leg? How would that look? Oh, yes, have a little limp there. That's right. And Tammy, what if you were going to tell these children some bad news and you're not very happy about having to tell them? How would that look? Yes, very sad. And they're waiting for the news, and they're such good sports about that. I appreciate that, kiddos. Now let's look at stage directions, shall we? Now, when you get a script and you're told what to do by the director, he will tell you to use different parts of the stage. Now, the stage directions are always from the actor's standpoint. So the actor's right, the actor's left. It'll seem a little backwards to you, but this is how it works. And Jeff and Tammy can demonstrate, and you kiddos can follow. Or I'd like you to go upstage. And that simply means you're going to the back of the stage, upstage. All right, so I'm the director and I'm telling you what to do because I just have such fun telling people what to do, don't you? And so now we're going to go stage left. Stage left is the actor's left. All right, would you please go to the center of the stage center. Excellent. How about stage right? How about upstage left? Upstage left. It's kind of like a game of chess, a checkerboard almost. All right, now back to center. Center, front and center. Very good, front and center. Now that's how stage directions work. So now we're getting all those basics. Now, let's do some exercises of acting together. Now I would like Derek and your sister to face each other, and I'm going to ask Jeff and Tammy to face each other, and we're going to pretend to be mirrors, mirror image, all right? So one of you be the leader. This time, let's let the ladies lead, and pretend that you're at the bathroom sink, and you can do what Tammy's doing if you want to. Yeah. And then the partner is going to mirror what you do. So here we go. And you can try this at home. See if you can have a brother, sister, or friend as a partner, and you can pretend to be a mirror image. And it takes teamwork. It can be very funny because the actions need to match because the mirror doesn't act on its own, right? Let's try it again.
Okay, with you.
Now you get to be the leader, and Jeff will be the leader, and we're at the bathroom sink, and let's see what you do. Maybe you'll brush your teeth or something like that. Let's see what happens. Very good, a mirror image. And that's kind of fun to do, and it takes practice to do it really well. There's an old I Love Lucy episode where Lucy is doing the mirror image with Harpo Marx, and it's a famous episode. Maybe you've seen it, but that's the kind of acting that it takes. All right, now let's move on from there, shall we? I would like to talk a little bit more about acting. Now, acting, the word acting comes from the Latin, which means to do. And acting is action. You're doing something, right? When I was a kid, I loved playing Batman. I loved the Batman movies and series. And so I happened to have a coat that had a blue hood. And I was able to drape the coat. So I became Batman because I had the coat for it. And everybody proclaimed me Batman, I guess. So we'd go to the jungle gym and we'd use the Bat Cave. You know, we'd have it be the Bat Cave. And it was pretending. And that's what acting is. You're making believe, you're pretending that you're doing something. And all my friends would be various villains. And we would enact episodes on the jungle gym. Well, we can do that on stage with a script and directions. Sometimes you don't need a script. You can just do improvisational things. You can just make it up as you go along. But most of the time we're using scripts. So I'm going to kind of direct some things for us to do, but I want to incorporate something that also we use in acting. And that is a prop. So there's various things we can do with the prop. I'm going to give that to you, Tammy. Let's demonstrate. This is just a walking stick, but we can pretend that it's many other things, can't we? Let's just say that it's a sword. How would that look? Yes, that's right. And you might be pointing at somebody, or you might be in a sword fight, right? Yes, indeed. Oh, you're fighting two people at once. Oh, three people. Yes, she's our redheaded Zorro. All right, but you can also make it a spear. What would that look like? Yeah, watch where you're pointing that thing. Okay.
Can you pretend to have one?
You could pretend to have a spear, a javelin. Yes, that's right. What if it becomes a fishing pole? See, there's all kinds of things you can do with a stick. Now reel in a fish. There we go.
Reel in your fish?
Excellent. You can try that at home too. All you need is a stick or some similar object, and that would be just great. You don't need anything at all. You can just pretend to have a stick, right? It can also become a baseball bat. Batter up, batter up, batter up.
Want to get your bat?
Okay, there you go. You're going to pitch to the batter. I like it. Home run, home run. Very good. And it could also be an umbrella. There we go. And we're singing in the rain. Okay, there's another way. You don't need an umbrella to protect yourself. That's good acting. That's how it all starts. Just basic, easy things like that. Now, Jeff, I'm going to tell you something that I'd like you to do with that stick. And I'm going to whisper to Jeff what the action is. And he doesn't know what I'm going to tell him. And I'd like to see if you can demonstrate it, all right? All right. I want you to change a tire. That can be your jack stick. Okay. All right, so I've told Jeff what he's going to do. You probably heard me whisper it at home, but let's see if he conveys it. Oh, it looks like he's jacking. What's he doing?
He's making stuff for the plants to grow.
Oh.
So, oh, okay. You think he's doing some farming, planting. That just shows you Jeff's not doing a very good job of acting. All right, what he's supposed to be doing is changing a tire, and he's been using a tire iron and a jack. So, and I know that, so I think he's doing a pretty good job, actually, now that you see. All right, good. Now I'm going to whisper something to Tammy. She's going to take the stick, and I think from what I had told you earlier. Okay. All right, so let's see how that looks. What is Tammy doing?
He's like using a paddle boat to.
That's right. She's using a paddle boat. She's in a canoe and she's rowing away. Excellent.
We can do it without that too. Right?
Yes, we can. We can pretend.
Pretend. And you
Excellent.
Can you do this? That's good.
Now I'm going to give Jeff one more to do. Okay, so let's see what Jeff is doing.
Doing coffee.
Yeah, that's right. Excellent. Very good. Thank you, Jeff. That was very well done. All right, now I want you all to be in a line, and let's face the camera. And you can do this at home, too. I'm going to give them some actions to do, and let's see how well they do it and see if you believe what they're doing. So, Derek, why don't you face out? All right, now let's try something else. Let's try walking some pets, shall we? And I'm going to give you some different pets to walk, but the first one is a dog. Most of us have dogs, and that'll be easy. Now let's see what size dog it is by petting him or her. Very good. Now let's put the leash on, and let's walk the dog. You just go ahead and walk the dog wherever he's leading you or wherever she's leading you. Very good. Jeff's dog is pulling him away. Very good. But they're well-behaved doggies. And now the doggie's coming back to the center stage. Very good. Whoa, that dog was... I think you lost the dog and he ran off, didn't he? All right, those are things you can try at home, right? All right, let's try a different pet. This time, you're going to walk an alligator.
An alligator.
How would that look?
How would it look to do an alligator like this?
Alligators are kind of dangerous. You want to be careful with that. Yes. Yes. All right. Got an alligator there? Derek, where's your alligator? Yeah. You got to be careful. He bites.
It's a very huge one.
It's a very huge one, so you can't really go very far, right? Okay, let's try walking a giraffe.
A giraffe.
Let's see. You might have to lasso him. Yeah, he's way up there. Oh.
Look at that back there.
Yeah, you see the giraffe up there? There he is. You've got a tall one and you're holding him. Oh, very good, very good. All right. Now we're going to try something completely different and walk a rabbit.
A rabbit.
What would that be like?
You think your rabbit's hopping?
Oh, Jeff's is really hopping. Look at that rabbit hop. It's a high rabbit. I like that. Your rabbit can be any size you want it to be. That's great. Excellent. Well, that was a lot of fun, walking various pets. And now let's try something else. Every good TV program, musical, stage production, any story has something very important to make it interesting. And what is that? Conflict. That's right. A villain. Something in the way. Something that doesn't work very well for the character that we're rooting for. And so I'd like Jeff and Tammy to pretend now that they're at a store where they see a vase, and they would each like that vase. That's the conflict. Let's see what happens. Action. Well, you weren't going to give in at all. Jeff is pleading for that vase, and it just doesn't work out. Did you pay for it?
Of course I paid for
Oh, all right. I wasn't sure there. Very good. All right. Now let's do back to back, the two of you. You each have a stack of files, and you can try this at home if you have a partner, of course. And you're walking forward now, and we're going to pretend that you're on opposite sides of the room. And now you're backing up, you're talking to a colleague, you're backing up, and you bump into each other, and everything goes flying. Oh, the files all flew into the air. Now you've got to pick them up and straighten them out. Oh, my goodness. Wow. What a mess. But that's better. You got those files? Jeff, you have yours? He can't straighten them up, so he gave up on them. All right, I understand. Okay, let's have all four of us now. I want you all to remember now that we're going back to the windy day, and you each have a kite. Let's see how that looks. You each have a kite, and the conflict is it's really blowing hard, and you lose your kite. Ready? Go. Oh, we've got your kite. And Tammy lost hers. Jeff lost his. Oh, Sierra, you lost your... No, you have your kite. You still have your kite. Derek, where did your kite go? Way away. All right, and you've shown us that. So, Sierra, you got to keep your kite. You still have it. What happens if the wind gets too strong? Can you keep it still, or is it going to fly out of your hands? She's hanging on tight. Well, I'll tell you what. That is what I call determination. Very good. All right, now let's pretend that I've given you each a box. You each have a shoe box. All right, so let's face the camera, and you have a shoe box, and you open it up, and there's a beautiful pair of shoes in it, and you try them on, and they don't fit. Let's see how that looks. Let's try that. Derek, does it fit? No. Show us. Show us how it's not fitting. Oh, yes. Well, sometimes the shoe fits and sometimes it doesn't. So if the shoe fits, you wear it. But let's go on to something else. Now this time, Derek, you have some really good news to tell Tammy. So I'm going to tell you what to tell her, and then we'll see what her reaction is. You're going to tell Tammy that she's won $1 million. So pretend to do that in pantomime without words. Oh, and Derek's excited about the news too. Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. All right. Now, we can all try this. We'll all stand up and we'll face everyone out there in internet land. And you each have a box that I've given you. And you're going to open the box lid. And inside is a snake. Oh, my goodness. That's scary. Didn't scare Sierra. Didn't scare her at all. You're very...
Did your snake scare you in your box? It scared me.
It scared you. I don't think Sierra opened the box. That's what I think. She's the smart one. All right. Let's say that you have the box again. And Sierra, this time I want to see you pull the lid off because it's something nice. All right. And here it comes. I'm going to tell you what it is. You're going to open the lid when I say go. And inside is a bunch of balloons that go up into the air. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, Sierra, there they go. Yes, yes. You got one. You sure did. And that's what you can do at home too. You can do all kinds of pretend games. Exactly. All right, very good. Well, that's how dialogue and scripts and, when we do a lot of pantomime, and sometimes in the days of silent films, you can watch some really good comedians like Charlie Chaplin. They would make whole stories out of just pantomime and not doing any dialogue. And now we do dialogue, and we have scripts and everything on stage that we can do. Derek was showing us some stunt work, and that's another whole facet of acting. All right, and that's all part of it. That's all part of it. Well, I want to try one last thing, and this is going to take a lot of teamwork.
Okay.
So I'd like, I think this is going to balance out. I'd like Derek to be on Tammy's team, and Sarah, I'd like you to be on Jeff's team. All right? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pick up this imaginary thing on the floor, which happens to be a rope. Yes, you already saw it. Derek already saw it. So here it is. Sarah, take your part of the rope. There you go. There you go. Okay. Now, it's solid, tight rope, and we're going to play tug of war. All right? We're going to play tug of war. Now, this takes teamwork because it's not an elastic rope. If one team is pulling, the other one's got to give, and vice versa. It's got to go back the other way too, all right? So when I say go, let's try this, all right? Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Let's find out who the winner's going to be. Oh, keep pulling. Try this. Oh, who's going to win? Who's going to win? Oh, I think Tammy and Derek won. Yes, yes. All right, one more time I want to try this, and let's see if there can be some well, we want to make sure the line is here, and let's see if we can pull one team over the line or the other, all right?
Okay.
Let's see who can win this time. You ready, Sierra? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, they're pulling us. Oh,
Who's going to win? Oh! This time Jeff and Sierra's team won.
Oh,
Very good.
job.
Very good.
Who
And-
won on your team?
Yeah, who won at home there? That's great.
Good job.
Well, we've had a great time, and I hope you have at home as well. And so I want to say goodbye to Derek and to Sierra, who have been such good sports and have had fun. Dr. Tammy, thank you so much. Jeff, thank you so much. And I'd like to let you know about what's coming up here on the next children's workshops. Well, the Redlands Bowl Performing Arts are going to be presenting Jazzy Ash and the Leaping Lizards next Saturday, July 18th at 10 in the morning, and you won't want to miss it. I have heard Jazzy Ash and the Leaping Lizards perform, and they're a lot of fun. They're New Orleans style. And believe it or not, across the nation, they have quite a fan base, but the fan base is young children. And you're going to want to see just how they interact with children, but adults will love the music too. It's toe-tapping fun. So join the next Redlands Bowl Performing Arts Children's Workshop, Jazzy Ash and the Leaping Lizards. Well, I look forward to hopefully meeting you again at the Redlands Bowl when we can all get together. But until then, may God richly bless you all. Thanks for joining us today. Bye-bye, everyone.